Ruling by the Wisconsin Supreme Court widens the gap in the state budget. The justices ruled 5-2 that it was illegal to transfer money from the medical malpractice fund to balance the budget back in 2007. And it means the state has to pay back $200 million plus interest. The fund intended to help healthcare providers cover any malpractice claims. Where will those dollars now be found? News 3's Jessica Arp joins us now with some perspective on where lawmakers might go for this money, Jess.
Well, while some questions remain about exactly how and when the money will have to be paid back, lawmakers do now have to find more than $200 million somewhere. They were cheering then, but not so much now, as a budget move in 2007 has come back to haunt this year's finances.
This will require deep cuts both in the medical assistance program and ultimately in other parts of state government.
$200 million now has to be found in state coffers. The Department of Administration says the first place it will look is at Medicaid payments to health care providers.
We think that it probably will require some provider cuts. You know, this was dollars. This is $200 million that was put into the Medical Assistance Trust Fund. This will take that back out. So we have to plan for that and be prudent about that.
Already lawmakers are saying those cuts seem more like punishment for doctors.
I don't think the legislature necessarily wants to go there. We're going to be much more responsible in how we do it and make sure we have a meaningful filling of the hole. We don't want to just do another Band-Aid or chewing gum that's been done all too often.
I am all in favor of making sure that we review all of the spending that has been going on in state government, look at some of the programs that have been created, perhaps scale some of those back because we just simply can't afford them, as opposed to saying we're going to cut payments to hospitals and dentists and all the people who take care of those who are the least fortunate.
This hole is on top of a $2.5 billion structural deficit the state will face in the next budget, although some say this new budget hole is worse.
The difference between this number and some of those structural deficit numbers you hear is this is going to be real. I mean, this is money the state is going to have to come up with.
Doyle, who proposed this transfer in his 2007 budget, declined to comment to us today about the ruling. A Dane County Circuit Court judge will now decide exactly how the state pays the money back. Some think it could be in a payment plan, which would mean the money wouldn't be paid back all at once and would likely defer the problem to a new legislature and a new governor. As to whether any jobs would be cut or new furloughs enacted, lawmakers and DOA say only that everything is on the table at this point, but they'd hope to limit those type of effects.
So something a new governor could inherit? What are the candidates saying about this?
Well, they all are talking about it at this point. Republican Mark Newman says today he'd reject any similar raids. Republican Scott Walker says he'd support a constitutional amendment prohibiting these types of raids. Democrat Tom Barrett said he'd support, quote, responsible budgeting and condemned patchwork budgeting.
News 3 political reporter Jessica Arp tonight. Jess, thank you very much.